Hey, what's up guys? Suppose if I type a PHP statement here like this, it means that we are assigning a value 10 to our this variable. And this action is happening just because of this operator. And in PHP, we can call this operator a PHP operator. Similarly, if you declare a variable like C and you type here A plus B, and here if I declare a variable B and assign a value to this like 4, we know that these two numbers will be added and the result will be stored in our this variable. This addition is happening just because of this plus operator. So in PHP, we have many operators who perform different functionalities, and in this video we are going to learn about PHP operators in detail. Without any delay, let's start. Hey, what's up guys, welcome to another tutorial of PHP and MySQL series, and in this video we are going to learn about operators. First of all, let's just see its definition. Operators are used to perform operations on variables and values. As we know in the previous example, we add two numbers. It means that operator were doing an operation of addition on our two variables. And first example of this video, we assign a value to a variable. Basically, that was also an operation which was performed by a PHP operator. PHP have many type of operators, but in this video we are going to learn these 5 important operators. The first one is arithmetic operators, and second assignment operators, and the third is comparison operators, increment and decrement operators, and the final we have is logical operators. We will learn these operators one by one with their definitions and with practical on our computer. So let's start. So friends, the first type of operator we have is PHP arithmetic operators. The PHP arithmetic operators are used with numeric values to perform common arithmetic operators such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, etc. Here I have write some PHP arithmetic operators: plus, subtraction, multiplication, division and modulus, and we will learn these operators one by one with practical. So first of all, I will type here arithmetic operators. Please forgive me if I do any spelling mistake. Our basic purpose is to understand the programming concept. Suppose I have a variable here A and I assign a value to this 10. Similarly, suppose I have a variable here like B, and if I assign a value to this like 5, and here I will echo like the A plus B would be equal to, and here I will type concatenation, and after this you have to type your small bracket, our first variable name, and the arithmetic addition operator we have is plus, and after this I will type here B and press semicolon. Open your browser and search here for localhost and /learn, which is our folder name, and then type the file that we have created in our this learn folder, and file name is phpoperators.php. So I can press F2, Control A to select all, Control C to copy this. Open your browser and paste this file here like this and press enter button. But it is saying me that this site can't be reached because we have to open our XAMPP like this and click on this start button, and you can see that this is our output. The A plus B would be equal to 15. Next, what I will do, I will type here dot and again the double quotes and a BR sign like this. So because if I will echo a next line at this position, it will come to a new line in PHP. After this, I will type here echo the A minus B would be equal to, similarly dot and A minus B semicolon. Let me show you the output. If I refresh, you can refresh your page by pressing Ctrl R or by clicking on this refresh button. You can see that on a new line, it is saying that the A minus B would be equal to, basically this string would be printed as it is, but this is a equation and this operator will perform an action to this. What it will do, it will minus the B from A and the remaining would be 5, and its answer is printing on our screen at this position. And basically this is not any operation, this is simple a string. PHP will consider it simply string and print it as it is, as we write in our double quotes. Similarly, what I have to type here, I will type here dot quotes and br sign to line break, echo, and here I will type the a multiply by b would be equal to, and here I will type for a multiply. In programming language you type star to indicate multiplication. You can type shift plus 8 to type this sign on your screen, and here I will type our b variable, and similarly I will type here a br sign. Let me show you the output. You can see that it have multiply the 10 with 5 and answer is 50, which is printed on our this screen. And similarly what I can do, I can simply copy and paste this at this point, and here I will type here the divide sign. Here we need to also type a division sign, and in the output you can see that the 10 is divided on our b value, which was 2, and the 2 answer is printed on our screen. And in the last operator we have, which that is modulus operator. Let me copy this and paste this, and modulus operator is type in programming like this, and here I need to also type a modulus operator like this, and let me show you the answer. You can see that the remainder is 0. Basically let me show you that what is modulus operator. Friends, suppose in our example if we type here 10 and outside if I type here 5, it means we are going to divide our this number into this number. So what will happen, 5 2s are 10 and remainder would be 0. Basically the modulus operator return this answer. You can see that it is printing here 0. For example, if I type here 11, now you can see that it is printing here 1. All the values above are also changed according to their condition, but here you can see that the remainder is 1, because if suppose we have 11 here like this, and if I type here 5, here we have to type 5, here I have to type 5 2s are 10 and the remainder would be 1. So this value is returning by our modulus operator. Basically this was not a good writing, but our purpose is to understand the concept. Let me again turn this value to 10 and refresh this. So friends, basically these were the arithmetic operators in PHP. I must recommend you to practice them, because if you will only watch tutorials and did not practice, this will not give you as much benefit as it should be. So the next operator we have is PHP assignment operators. Here on the screen you can see that I have write some PHP assignment operators, and without teaching you their theory, I directly want to teach you using practical. Okay, here is my code editor and I will comment my previous code, and after this I can type here like PHP assignment operators. First of all, I will type here an example like a is equal to 10 and semicolon. So this is an operator which is called assignment operator, and it means the value that you will write on the right side will be assigned to the variable on the left side. So this 10 value will be saved in our this a variable, and you can print this variable on the screen. If I refresh my page, you can see that the 10 value is printed on the screen. So this is the functionality of an assignment operator. Next, suppose you have another variable b and it have a value 5, and you want to add these two values and print them on a screen. What you will do, you will create a third variable like c, and then you can type here a plus b, and then you will type here the c variable, because their result will be stored in our this variable, and it will echo this. Let me refresh. You can see that the answer is 15. So I have closed this one. So the shortcut to do this is to use a PHP assignment operator. What I will do, I will delete this c variable, cut this a variable and paste this variable here, and then cut this plus operator and paste at this position. So what does it means? It is similarly equal to, like if you type here a is equal to a plus b semicolon, make sure to type here $sign. But first of all, I will comment my this line and print the result of our a variable like this. In the output you can see that the answer is 15. But if I comment my this line and uncomment this, you will see no changes in the output. It means that these two lines are the same. So this operator is same as this PHP statement, and similarly you can type here minus, and this statement is same as our this a minus b statement. If I refresh the page, you can see that it have minus 5 from the a's previous value 10. The answer is 5, and then that answer is stored in our this a variable, and and this echo have printed that answer. Similarly, you can type here multiplication. If I refresh, you can see 10 will be multiplied by 5 and will be stored in our a variable. Similarly, you can use the division operator and it will divide the 10 by 5, means this statement is same as a divided by b. A's value is 10 and b's value is 5. So 10 divided by 5 is equal to 2 and 2 is printed on our screen. And in the last, you can also use modulus operator in this way. And let me refresh. You can see that the modulus is 0, and again you can see that this statement is same as PHP this statement. So this is basically it will concise your code and it will make your code more cleaner, so you can use these operators. So now on my screen you can see that first of all, the equal operator, the left operand gets set the value of the expression on the right. It means that this x variable will be get the value that will store in our y variable, and this value will be assigned to this x variable. Similarly, I have typed here that this is same as this statement, and similarly all the other statements. So friends, this was the PHP assignment operators. The next PHP operator we have is PHP comparison operator. First of all, let me show you its definition. The PHP comparison operators are used to compare two values, maybe number or a string. So these are all the PHP comparison operators. I have write some of them, not all. And in the next screen you can see that I have typed here an example. Suppose you have a three variables which contain different or maybe same values. In the first condition, I have typed a conditional operator, a comparison operator, which is double equal to. What it will do, it will check either x is equal to b, in our case, which is yes, and it will return 1. It means that if you will type here echo and try to print this statement, it will print the 1 value. And similarly, if you type here echo the first variable and similarly this comparison operator and your third variable 9, this 9 is not equal to this x value, means 5, so it will return 0. But in this case, it will print on the screen nothing. Nothing means an empty string. So let me show you through practical and we will learn all these operators one by one. Okay, first of all, I will comment my this previous code, and here at this point I will type here PHP comparison operators, and here I will create a variable a and assign a value to this like 10, and again a second variable b and I will assign a value to this 10, and here I will echo a double equal to, which is a comparison operator, and then here I will type the b variable, and here if I refresh the page you can see that it is printing 1. A is equal to b and it is printing 1. So this was the double equal to operator. The next operator we have is triple equal to. What does it means? If I try to here triple equal to, you can see that still it is printing 1. But if I change only the data type of our second variable, which is b, it means that our this variable contain string data type like this, and our this variable have a data type of integer. Let me show this string. Here you can see that these values are same but their data type is different. Let me show you what happened. You can see that now it is printing nothing. It means that this condition have become false. So triple equal to checks either their values are same or not, and it also check either their data types are same or not. The double equal to doesn't check the data type, because if I type here double equal to and try to compare these two values who have different data type, and if I refresh the page you can see that it is still printing the 1. The next operator we have is not equal to. We can call it not equal to, and it will print true, means 1 if two variables will be not equal to each other. Suppose if I have a variable 5 and similarly if I have a variable like b and which value is 5, so these values are not equal to, and if these two values are not equal to, then it will print 1. So it is opposite to our this equal to variable. And similarly if I type here 10 and try to compare them, you can see that it is printing nothing. It means because these are not equal to each other, these are equal to each other. but this operator will return true, means return 1 if these two variables will not be equal to each other. That is the difference between them. So we also use these conditional operators mostly in our if statements. Let me show you through practical. We will learn about conditional statements in our coming videos, but first of all, let me uncomment this, and here I will type here if a bracket small, and inside this I will type my condition like if A is equal to B. Make sure to type here double equal to, not single equal to. Single equal to is an assignment operator. And then I will type here a mid bracket and type here echo the numbers are equal, and I can press semicolon here like this, and in the else part I will type here echo not equal only and press semicolon. Basically, the if statement, we can pass a condition inside this if statement. If the condition will be true, means if it will return 1, then our this echo will be printed on the screen. Otherwise, if this condition will become false, our this echo will be printed on our this screen. So let me show you the output. Because these both numbers are equal to, that's why this part of our if is running, the numbers are equal to. Suppose here if I type 11, and if I try to refresh my page, you can see that the not equal to means the else part of my if statement is coming. So this give our programming a decision making power. Programming language can make a decision on the basis of condition using if statement. But let me comment this and uncomment this one. The third operator we have is, the fourth operator we have is not equal to. It is also same. If these number will not equal to each other, this operator will return 1. You can see that this is the answer. The next operator we have is not equal to identical. Basically, this operator, suppose if I type here 10, if I assign a value 10 to my this variable and 10 to this a variable, and if I type refresh this, you can see that because these are equal to each other, but we are checking here either if they are not equal to, so it is returning me nothing. But still, if I type here single quotes, it means that I have made this variable a string variable. Before this it was an integer. Now if I refresh, you can see that because their values are same, but just because of difference of data type, the not equal to identical operator is returning us the 1, because it is thinking that these two variables are not equal to each other, they have different data type. The next operator we have is less than operator like this, and if I store a value in it like 2, or I can type here 100, or I can type here 50, we know that a means 10 is less than this, the value on the left side. If the value on the left side of this operator will be smaller than the value of the variable on the right side, in case here it will check either the 10 is less than 50 or not. Let me know in the comment section that 10 is less than 50 or not. If I refresh, you can see that the 10 is really less than 50, so it is returning me 1. But suppose if I type here 100 value, now 100 is not less than 50, so it is returning me false, means nothing. Similarly, we have a greater to operator like this. Let me remove this, and it will check if a is greater than b or not. We know that a is not equal to b in our situation because a value is smaller than 50. If I refresh, you can see that it is printing me nothing. But similarly, if I type here 100, now a's value, which is 100, is greater than our b variable's value, so it will print now 1. So these are the less than or an operator, equal to operator. Let me show you through practical. Suppose you have a variables like marks, student marks, and suppose if he contain 78 marks in his exams out of 100. If I uncomment this, we can check that if marks are less than 33, then you can see that you can write here you are fail, and in the else part you can type here you are passed. And let me refresh this. First of all, I will comment this one, and if I refresh, you can see that it is printing me you are passed because the marks are 78. Suppose if student contain 8 marks, it will show us that you are fail. So basically this is the purpose of less than operator and greater than operator. And the next operator we have is less than or equal to operator. I would like to teach you using this example. Suppose student marks have 33. Now it means if I refresh, you can see that it is showing me the past. Suppose we have a situation here. If student contain 33 marks, our program is now telling us that you are passed, but we want to show a message to the student that you are failed. In case if he can attain 33 marks, what you can do, you can type here less than equal to operator. Now this operator will check if marks are less than 33 or if marks are equal to 33. In both cases, our program will show to the user that you are fail. You can see that it is showing you are fail. But in case if we attain 34 or 40 marks, then it will show that you are sorry. We don't have to change the value at this point. We have to change our marks like 40, and if I refresh, you can see that it is printing us that you are passed. Similarly, the next operator we have is greater than equal to, and it will check if these marks are greater than or equal to 33, then we can show our student that you are passed. And similarly, if he contain less than 33 marks, I means that if the condition will become false, we will show him that you are fail. Let me refresh. Because marks are 40, you can see that it is printing here you are passed. So basically this greater than equal to operator will check either if the value on the left side will be greater than or equal to 33. In our case, you can see that 40 is greater than 33, so that's why it is printing the if this part. So this was the PHP comparison operators. If you have any question, you can ask us in the comment section. We will try to answer your question. The next PHP operator we have is increment and decrement operators. The PHP increment operators are used to increment a variable's value, and similarly the PHP decrement operators are used to decrement a variable's value. These are the increment operators double plus, and here for an example I have typed here $I, which is a variable. Let me show you through practical. Let me comment my this code, and here I will type here, suppose we have a variable a, and if I assign a value to this 7 and we want to increment the value of this variable, what we will do, I will type a and simply type here double plus, which is increment operator. And if I try to print this variable a, let me refresh this, you can see that it is printing the 8 variable. And similarly if I type here double minus, it will decrease the value of our a variable by 1. So now before the value was 7 and now the value is 6. So these were the simple two operators which are used to increment or decrement a variable. The next type of operator we have is PHP logical operators. The PHP logical operators are used to combine conditional statements. I will teach you this concept using practical. But first of all, here you can see that these two operators are logical operators, and the first one is called AND operator and the second one is called OR operator. Let me show you through practical. First of all, I will comment this code as well, and here I will type here like I will declare a variable like a and assign a value to this 10, and here I will declare another variable and I will type here 30, and similarly I will type here c is equal to 40. So now I will type here if a is less than b, then echo a is smaller, and if I refresh, you can see that it is printing a is smaller because a is 10, which is smaller than b, it means 30. But suppose you want to check two conditions in the same time, you can type here if a is less than b and a is less than c. So now it will, first of all it will check this condition. The answer of first condition is 1, okay, and then it will check the answer of this condition. In our case this is still 1, it means it is true because a is less than c. If both conditions will be true, then this statement will be printed. Now you can see that this statement is printed, but suppose if I type here the value of c 4, now it will check either a is less than b. Yes, it is less than b, it means here 1. After this we have double AND, it means AND operator, but this condition will become false. A is not less than c in our this condition because c is 4 and a is 10, which is greater than c. It means here it will print 0 or false or nothing, you can say whatever you want. But if I refresh, you can see that just because the first condition is true, it is not printing this. If both conditions will become true, then this if part will be executed. But similarly, if I type here or operator, to write this or operator, we will use this sign. Now it will check if one of the condition will become true, it will print this echo statement. Let me refresh. You can see that our second condition it false, but still because one condition is true, still it is executing this part. So you can add as much conditions as you want in our this part. Like you can type here or a is less than 5, and similarly it's up to you that how many conditions you want to check. But that's the difference between them. The AND operator will print this if all the conditions will be true, but the OR operator will print or execute the code that you will write at this position if one of the condition will become true. So friends, these were the important operators that we use while writing PHP programs and while writing web applications using PHP. If you have any question, you can ask us in the comment section. We will try to answer your question. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel for our regular videos. And finally, thanks for watching.